Thanks a lot, Richard. Also, a warm welcome from my side. I'm happy to give you insights in the AUTOSAR Common Adaptive Platform Implementation, in short, CAPI. One of the strategic goals of AUTOSAR is the alignment of AUTOSAR and OSS software development. Especially in this day and age of software-defined vehicle, this is fundamentally needed. With the next slides, I will explain in more detail how AUTOSAR is paving the way for OSS collaboration. Developing a safety and cybersecurity qualifiable full stack means high effort on everyone's sides. Reducing this effort is one of the key goals of the industry. How we could contribute to this? The answer here is pretty straightforward, focusing together on eliminating non-differentiating efforts. Focusing on non-differentiating efforts is something AUTOSAR is well known for on specification level. But AUTOSAR do not want to stop at specification level. We also want to extend our scope towards providing the community a framework in order to have a source code implementation of the adaptive platform available. We call this implementation simply the Common Adaptive Platform Implementation, in short, CAPI. So what's this all about? Let me give you 7 key features of CAPI. The first key feature is that we want to provide source code as a basis implementation to be used in production. By doing that, we also want to provide a standardized certification-ready middleware foundation which fits to the needs of the automotive industry. Ensuring that core components are developed only once rather than multiple is also one of the key features we want to provide, because we think that if we together as a community work on one common implementation, that we really could save here efforts on everyone's side. Aligning also the framework and tools based on requirements of the industry is also very important for us. Because if we involve you in the alignment of the framework and the tools which are used, then I think we definitely have here an advantage that we basically provide you an environment which you're also using it during the code development. Using state-of-the-art infrastructure technologies for easy integration into OSS projects is also one further aim of CAPI. So by doing this, we will provide here the development environment based on GitHub Enterprise. The standardization by code-first approaches is another possibility in the AUTOSAR process landscape. So with this key feature in mind, you could firstly place AUTOSAR code into AUTOSAR and later on getting this towards the specifications. And last but not least, we really want to have here the alignment of code and specification, because this is also one very important step in terms of certification. So how will this play together with the open source world, especially in the fields of SDV? With CAPI, AUTOSAR is enabling a framework for a common adaptive platform implementation. The implementation provided by partners will be accessible by OSS projects and commercially usable by AUTOSAR partners with an exploitation license. What do we mean specifically with accessible? We strive for quarterly publicly available code releases. By making CAPI accessible by OSS projects, AUTOSAR is paving the way for OSS collaboration. This working model for OSS collaboration was a missing puzzle part for the community. By now, you heard a lot of what we are going to do. Let's dive into the why. There is currently the perception in the market of parallel activities with overlapping or similar scope. Well, you could say the competition is good for the business, but it's rather the opposite when you want to reduce efforts for non-differentiating aspects like a middleware. By offering a framework to create and publish source code as a basis implementation, AUTOSAR is providing the important missing piece towards the community. And with this, not only having a home for the specification work, but also for the source code implementation. There's a bold statement written in the middle of the slides, but let's back this up by valid arguments. Since more than 20 years, AUTOSAR is offering the open source community way of working, now also for code. Released code implementations as well as specifications are openly accessible. Open source code, of course, can be used in AUTOSAR. Traceability from code to spec and fast feedback loops towards specifications are most efficient if they are done within one organization. And last but not least, AUTOSAR exploitation license grants AUTOSAR partners access to a managed IP pool, eliminating the costly and time-consuming legal reviews. And as a company already have signed the development agreement, code contributions, dare I say, will be a breeze. I'm aware that we have a virtual release event, but let's imagine it would be live. I would definitely hear questions in the audience. But what about use cases? Let me give you some inspiration on the usage of CAPI. So first of all, you could have a partial utilization of CAPI in order, for instance, to complete your own stack implementation. But you could also think about substitute your project's stack for certain elements. It could also be a problem solver for the own stack implementation. And of course, partial usage of function clusters for integration is possible. Let's think about you would use CAPI as a whole. Of course, for product development, this will count, but also usage of CAPI as a basis for own stack, adding customer-based extensions, providing certifications, maintenance, and support. Usage of CAPI to increase independence of own application development is also one key aspect. Usage of CAPI as a base layer for specialized application frameworks and for integrating them is another use case. You could also think about, use the CAPI for training and demonstration purposes. We also have complementary use cases. So one use case here could be that basically CAPI is a foundation for your OSS project. Better positioning of products which interacts with CAPI is another use case. Being part of an ecosystem increases business opportunities. Safeguarding already done investments with adaptive platform is another one. And last but not least, verification of the standard. If you want to contribute to CAPI, we are more than happy to get in contact with you. Just write us an email, capi@autosar.org. So don't miss the opportunity to reduce efforts in your community and to harvest the advantage in the future. Forwarding to Martin, our next speaker.